Hi there, and welcome to the Cotswold Explorer. I'm Robin Shuckburgh, and we are exploring the beautiful region of the Cotswolds in southwest England, following in the trail of Herbert Evans, who cycled around this region and wrote about his experiences in this wonderful book, The Highways and Byways in Oxford and the Cotswolds, published in 1905, 114 years ago. So here we are in the lovely village of Minchinhampton. The name Minchin is of ancient origin. It's derived from the word Minchin with an E, meaning a nun, and refers in this case to the fact that the village and its surrounding lands were given by William I to the nuns of the Abbey aux Dames in Caen in northern France. It provided wealth to the abbey from its wool trade and of course rents. About 3 miles southeast of Stroud, Minchinhampton lay on important local roads and had a market from about 1269. It looked a bit more like a town by the beginning of the next century, but in the Middle Ages the town appears to have been important chiefly as a centre of sheep farming. The development of the town occurred mainly in the 17th century, and it remained a market and shopping centre of local importance for 200 years. Sitting, as it does, high up on the top of the ridge, there have been settlements here since early history, and the enormous green which surrounds the village is dotted with ancient earthworks, which demonstrate its ancient origin. This green is still common land, and there are cattle grazing in the fields at all times, loose and in no way enclosed. It's not in the least unusual to find livestock wandering the streets of Minch, clogging the traffic over which they most certainly have precedence. The church is cruciform in shape, with a central tower and a rather unusual truncated spire. There was certainly a Norman church here, for in 1842, before the restoration of the church, there remained on the north side of the nave 4 Norman arches, and in the wall above 2 small Norman windows, deeply recessed and splayed. And in the north wall of the chancel 2 windows similar to those in the nave were found, walled up. The other parts of the ancient church were largely 14th century, with a few alterations made in the 16th century. The chancel of the old church was considerably longer than the present one. This so-called restoration in 1842 consisted of the demolition of the ancient nave and chancel, which were then rebuilt. The only old parts of the church are therefore the 2 transepts and the tower, which date from the 14th century. Over the entrance archway, the west window shows the 4 Latin doctors of the church, St. Ambrose, St. Jerome, St. Augustine of Hippo, and St. Gregory the Great. All are in full canonical dress, and St. Gregory, of course, wears the triple crown of the papacy. This window was erected in 1899. Together with those in the south aisle, it was designed and made by Herbert Bryans, a brother of Edward Lonsdale Bryans, who was rector from 1896 until 1912. On the day Ross and I were here, there was a market in town, which is a brave thing to be doing in the middle of a pandemic year. It was held in the old market building, built in the centre of the square, and it shows just what a pretty town this is, perched on the edge of the very steep escarpment, which we're now going to head down westwards to try and find the Cotswold escarpment itself. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and Ross and I are now working hard on finding ways we can talk about our lovely Cotswolds, despite the restrictions we're all under. Keep in touch, please, and we'll see you again very soon.